Welcome to Crypto Corner. Here are today's hot topics in crypto. Bitcoin to become legal tender in Arizona. According to a new bill that has just been submitted to Congress. I'll tell you more about it. BixBit launches a bug bounty and you can take part in it. I'll tell you more about that too. Amazon is preparing to launch a series of crypto games that will allow its customers to claim free NFTs. And Polygon surpasses Ethereum and Cardano in daily active addresses for the first time. The value of the Polygon's token Matic has jumped by almost 10% in the last 24 hours as a result. I'll get into more details now. Let's get started. Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is OJ. You're watching Crypto Corner. This is episode 574, and today we're actually seeing the markets have a little bit of a pullback. I mean, it doesn't really show on Bitcoin right now, but we were at 22,800 just an hour ago. Ethereum has dropped a little bit. It's below 1,600 yet again. BNB pretty much the same as yesterday, and we see that Matic here has actually surged. It is at $1.10, which is a strong resistance for it. In fact, just breaking the $1 was quite a strong move because that is the resistance for Matic. It has been a strong resistance for quite some time now. And in fact, Matic actually rallied much higher. It went up 13% earlier. It went to $1.12 after blockchain analytics firm Arkham Intelligence said that it will begin supporting the Polygon blockchain. Matic has surged almost 50% since the start of this year on a series of bullish developments such as a partnership with MasterCard, along with anticipation of Polygon's mainnet launch of its zero-knowledge EVM scheduled for early this year, and NFT gaming platform Fraxel is expanding onto the Polygon network. I talked about the upcoming new releases on Polygon in this video where I placed Matic on your watch list for this year. I also talked about the hard fork that they had recently, which revealed some centralization issues. Now, I will move on to the Bitcoin and Arizona news, but first, if you want to get your hands on some crypto, let me tell you about a bug bounty that you can take part in, especially if you're mining crypto or considering mining crypto by yourself. You know, I'm no fan of cloud mining. I have been very upfront about that. I think the only way to mine any crypto is by running your own mining rigs, your own equipment, and this is a chance to make some extra cash while doing it by taking part in the BixBit offer. BixBit is launching a bug bounty campaign where you get rewards for finding bugs, and not only that, if you know others who want to take part in this test run, inviting them to the bug bounty will also generate rewards for you. So it's something I think it's quite doable. BixBit is a Swiss company. It's headquartered in Zurich and it's been around since 2017. They specialize on mining equipment that makes it easier for us to mine crypto with their affordable units with immersion cooling system and now also an automated monitoring system, which you will be testing. Their products are available in more than 15 countries, including Germany and Switzerland, Canada, Norway. They have designed an immersion cooling and a sealed container to protect the equipment from failures, to prevent overheating and the ingress of small debris, making mining profitable, sustainable, and also cutting the carbon footprint down to zero, something that is much needed amongst all of the media obsession with the energy consumption in crypto mining in general. And according to the company, the BixBit mobile miner increases profit from mining by 3 times and allows to reduce maintenance costs by 7 times within a typical 3-year period. So their ASICs are top-notch quality, and by joining this bug bounty program, you get to test this, and you can even win one of these for free. You can also get monetary rewards. This is going to run for just a month, a short time, so waste no time on this. Their mining rig is compact, it's lightweight. Also, the top 3 users on the leaderboard will win extra special prizes. You will find out about this from the Bug Bounty website. You can find the link in the description below. I will quickly show you what you need to do to take part in this. This is the website. Here you can actually find more details about exactly what the Bug Bounty entails, and you have to pay attention to this. So basically, you are trying the monitoring system and submitting a detailed review. As you scroll down, you will see here, of course, the top price is a branded BixBit ASIC unit, and also you can win up to $250. A few winners of this monetary price as well. What you will be testing, the AMS, the automated monitoring system, which tracks the status of your miners and notifies you on hash rate drops or temperature spikes and others. Firmware as well. You will evaluate the custom firmware itself, including the added profitability and the energy savings. From here, you will download the firmware. How to get the reward? Now pay attention to this. So you will register at BixBit, you will download and install the firmware, you will run a test and the firmware and the automated monitoring system, submit a review, and also there will be some extra tasks that you can complete to earn extra points. Alright, so let's go to the top here and join the bounty. If you are not registered, of course, first you will go here. Rather than logging in, you will go to register. You will enter your username. And once you're registered, you can now log into your account. So this is where I'm going to keep track on the points that I'm earning, and this is the link that I'm going to share with you, and you will get your own link. You can also share that with any of your friends if you want to actually join together or whatever you want to do. Here is where you're going to download the firmware and of course the registration in the automated monitoring system. And of course you have to give the feedback. This is the most important part. This is how you're going to be earning these points. So, of course, I urge you to go and read more about it, go through all of the details here. This download firmware here is, by the way, the same as the button that you will see on the top here. So whether you download it from here or down here, it doesn't really matter. It is the same firmware. And as I said, you have to complete all of these steps in order to earn the rewards. So as you see, this is a very straightforward process. BixBit is currently the only major provider offering custom firmware for WhatsMiner ASICs together with Antminer and WhatsPower. Also, with the firmware, we get access to the automated monitoring system, the AMS. The custom firmware allows to improve the ASIC's performance, increasing the hash rate by 20 to 40% and even by 50% when coupled with an extra power supply. The firmware and the AMS are completely free. There is a developer fee ranging from 1.8 to 2.8% depending on the ASIC model, so take that into account. And there's other advantages like downvoting or optimizing energy consumption, a proxy server, overlocking with 2 hashing boards, power supply firmware for additional performance improvement. Also, there is a referral program and the bug bounty, of course. And there's a dedicated BixBit tech support, so no need to look for answers on forums or chats. And the automated monitoring system, which I mentioned, and additional overlocking with an extra power supply. All good stuff, and I'm sure you will find this to be your most profitable rig. So take action now. You will find the link in the description from where you can register and jump into this offer as soon as possible, guys. It's only running for a short time, so don't sleep on it. Now let's move on to the main story, the breaking news of today. We just received the news that Arizona State Senator Wendy Rogers has submitted a bill that could make Bitcoin legal tender in the state, following in the footsteps of El Salvador, which became the first country in the world to recognize Bitcoin as a legal tender in 2021. Perhaps Arizona can become the first US state to use Bitcoin as a legal payment method. Well, this bill would afford Bitcoin the same legal status as the US dollar. It could be used to pay debts, taxes, and as a commercial medium of exchange. I think this is more of a headline cloud chase, to be honest, though, even though Republicans hold 16 of Arizona's 30 state Senate seats and 31 of its 60 House of Representatives spots, so a majority, the bill would have to receive the support of all of these representatives to achieve the proper majority vote, and I just don't think that all Republican representatives are on board with this. We will watch and see what happens, but if you're from Arizona, now might be the time to reach out to your representatives and voice your support for the bill. I wouldn't sleep on this either. Not that I can do anything, I'm European, but you can. Some of you who are watching this are from Arizona, so this is a call to action, guys. It's worth mentioning that a similar bill was introduced by the same senator last year, and it was quickly shot down. Wendy Rogers had also proposed allowing voters in 2024 to decide whether cryptocurrencies should be tax exempt in the state. Clearly, she's a crypto investor, and we need more of those in the departments of power. Last week, lawmakers in Missouri and Mississippi sought to craft a law protecting citizens' rights to mine Bitcoin after proof-of-work mining was banned in New York last year to cut down energy consumption in the state. And also talking about Bitcoin miners, according to a report conducted by CryptoQuant, the selling pressure on Bitcoin has intensified after breaking the 23,000 barrier, and cryptocurrency miners have changed their strategies and they started selling Bitcoin. Even though mining pools mainly accumulated Bitcoin and refused to send coins to exchanges in late 2022, they have started to sell their assets since the beginning of this month. The selling pressure plays a role in the failure of Bitcoin to break the 23,400 resistance, which is also a warning sign of a possible correction coming. I've been expecting a pullback for some time now, but the bulls just didn't let that happen. So far, we haven't seen a decent pullback since the start of the year, and one thing I know for sure is that the bigger the pump, the bigger the pullback that follows. I want to see Bitcoin correct now at least by 15 to 20% so it can continue the next leg afterwards. If that doesn't happen now and we continue to pump to 25,000 or above, we're going to have a much bigger correction later, possibly another 40% or something that can bring us down below 17,000 yet again, and nobody wants to see that happen. But it's also a very likely scenario at this point. I still believe that we have one more leg down before we can end this bear cycle, and we could even print a new cycle low, although touching the 15K was quite low. But my target of 14,000 did not get reached, so there's still room for that if you ask me. We'll see what happens. Right now, we are at the brink of breaking this very important trend line. This is our downwards resistance trend line that we have been respecting and we have been unable to climb above for the whole of last year. So right now, for the first time, we are actually breaking this week. We are breaking above this trend line. Now, we'll see how we're going to act after we do this. We are already breaking it, so that's already a fact. However, it is very important whether we will be able to maintain the price above this trend line, because we could easily just break down below it, and a failure to stay above this trend line would actually just confirm the continuation of the bear cycle, the continuation of this bear trend. We can easily just be above this trend line for a week or even 2 weeks and then fall back below it and continue the downtrend. So this is very important. It is also very important to monitor the DXY, the dollar index, which is what we are seeing right now. This chart here, as you see, DXY has been falling down for some time now, but as it's been falling down, it has now reached an oversold region, and this is the rainbow adaptive RSI that we are looking at here. Last time we were down here in this region, in this red oversold region, was back in June of 2021, and this was just before we started this immense bull run here. I'm not saying that this is a fractal and we're going to expect exactly the same a repeat of this bull run, but definitely coming here in the oversold region, and this is stochastic RSI and the rainbow adaptive RSI, both of them showing severe oversold region. This means that we can expect a move on the upside, and a move on the upside for the DXY, for the dollar, means that Bitcoin can expect a move on the downside. Now, with Bitcoin breaking above this trend line, if we manage to hold above this trend line, which I feel that we are going to fail, but if we manage to hold above this trend line for some time, this could indicate the next bull run. This could actually be the flipping of the trend reversal, which we really need before we start the next bull run. This is 2019, this is the last bear market, and as you see, as we broke above this trend line, we actually started the next bull run, and this is back in 2015, the same thing. as we managed to break above this trend line. First, we actually came to retest and we fell even below this trend line, but the bullish sentiment was much stronger and we managed to find enough strength and buyers' appetite to actually climb above this trend line. And on the second attempt, we managed to stay above this trend line, and then we started the next bull run. So right now, this is where we are. This is where we are. For the first time, we are breaking the trend line. Most likely, we are going to have a pullback that will come back below this trend line. It's very important to see what the sentiment will be then. If we have bullish sentiment, we can find the support and easily break above this trend line yet again. And the second time, most likely, is going to be a proper breakout rather than just a test. But as it stands right now, this breakout here is still the first breakout. I don't think we have enough strength to actually hold above this trend line. So the pullback that I've been talking about for pretty much 2 weeks now is definitely coming, and it's coming very soon, guys. Now, Amazon is back in the news. It's working on a digital asset company that will power an NFT marketplace this spring. According to reports, Amazon has been buying digital collectible companies from various players in the crypto ecosystem to power its new venture. So far, Amazon has invested in Layer 1 blockchains and crypto gaming companies and has hired developers from NFT companies and cryptocurrency exchanges for its own blockchain unit. Amazon is preparing to launch a series of crypto games that would allow its customers to claim free NFTs. This is a bold move by the retail giant, and it will surely attract many players to the crypto gaming industry and the broader gaming industry, which is the largest business in the entertainment sector. And lastly, the Crypto Globe reports that Polkadot is the top crypto by development activity after surpassing Cardano and Ethereum this week. According to data shared by on-chain analytics firm Sentiment, Polkadot's development activity, along with that of its pre-production network Kusama over the last 30 days, was superior to that of the smart contracts platform Cardano and Ethereum. In this tweet from a few days ago, Sentiment shared the top 10 list of assets ranked by development activity. Ethereum sits quite low on this list at number 9. Falcon surpasses it at number 7. Cosmos and Status are number 6 and 5 respectively. Decentraland is 4 and Cardano is at number 3. Kusama and Polkadot lead the race this time around. While Cardano came in third place by development activity, the cryptocurrency was leading the ranking last year. Notably, over the past 30 days, both ADA and DOT, the tokens of Cardano and Polkadot, had similar performances, with ADA moving up 43% and Polkadot moving up 41%. If Bitcoin corrects soon though, which is what I expect to happen, we are bound to see these altcoins drop harder, so I'm not buying anything right now, as we are close to resistance and I don't buy resistance. I want to see a break from the rectangle that we are currently moving within. This is the signal for me. If we break on the downside, it's a short for me. If we break on the upside, I will go long. Remember, the trend is your friend, however much of a cliche that is. It is what it is. Well, this is everything for today's episode, guys. I hope this is helpful. Show your support, leave a like and a comment below. If you have any questions as well, drop them in the comments. I do go through the comments, so I see your questions, and then often I answer them in a video so that I can actually help other people as well. So make sure that you catch every episode that I post. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, and also don't forget to check out the links in the description where I drop the links to all of the crypto services that I'm personally using and that I recommend to you. And also while you're here, just pick another one of my videos and I'll see you there.